And Demarcus Lawrence said, after playing that guy on Sunday, that ain't no elite quarterback. What? Good afternoon, all. Big Sales National Football Show and another big day. We appreciate everybody jumping in there right away. Thank you guys so much for making the fastest growing show in sports on YouTube. We appreciate it. I can't tell you, folks, I'll tell you what, some of the numbers that JAKIB Sports is getting to is remarkable, and it is because of you guys, and we thank you. I mean it, man. It's just fantastic. And I you're like coming for a ride with us here. We have fun. We debate. We go back and forth. And we got a fun one today, too. Mike Missinelli will join us in hour number 2. The legendary Philadelphia sports talker will join us at 4:30. You know, I love these golden nuggets that drop right away before the show. Cowboy players were talking about at their weekly briefings with the media. Demarcus Lawrence was in a conversation about the Eagle game, and he was asked a question about Jalen Hurts. And Demarcus Lawrence said, after playing that guy on Sunday, that ain't no elite quarterback. What? Whoa. Excuse me, what did I hear? What did I hear? Demarcus Lawrence said today, about 25 minutes ago, he goes like this, oh, Jalen Hurts is not an elite quarterback. That's not elite. He's not an elite quarterback. Okay. Wow. Just got beat. Roll into the new week. And you got one of the premier pass rushers in the NFL saying Jalen Hurts is not an elite quarterback. We're going to actually talk a little bit about this here in a second, and we're going to ask a very basic question. Okay? Jesse says DeMarcus got his ankles broken by Hurts. Good enough to beat that big, bad defense of theirs. Isaiah. Tickable Cowboy bullshit. Alexander. Go Birds. Brian. I don't. He's elite, but has improved tremendously and will continue to improve. Kyle, with some reason? Holy cow. Okay. I used to use my inhaler because of that top button, Sills. Thank you very much. Hey, by the way, I'm a Vato. Give me a break. Big Sills. Lane destroyed Parsons. He sure did. The guy got mad at me. Mr. International, appreciate it very much. Good to see you, brother. Thank you very much, Brian. See, I happen to agree with DeMarcus Lawrence, too. You know this. I think he's unique, not elite. He's unique. He's completely unique. Now, is that good enough to win a Super Bowl? Maybe. Unique is all types of things. When there's one of, you don't know how to classify it yet. He's not an elite passer. He is elite in open space. You know what else he's kind of elite in? Running the game plan. Following a game plan is where he's elite in. Okay? That's how I see him. He's elite that way and unique. But as a unique talent, is that going to be good enough to take them to a Super Bowl and to win it? That'll be the question that we'll look for the next 11 games. Okay? We'll find that out. But like I said, the elite guy that DeMarcus Lawrence is talking about, Jalen Hurts is not that. But once again, I think he's the unique. He's the unicorn of the NFL. There's one of him. Because, again, you see RPO, you see Wildcat, you see all kinds of things that they've implemented into this offense. And like I said, he's probably the best RPO passer since they've implemented that type of style of offense. So, again, I've been sitting here banging my head against elite and the word elite. No, he's unique. In short downs, he's elite. Mr. International, I actually think in 3rd and 8, he's elite. That's how I think he is. Like 3rd and 8, there hasn't been a game where I went when he was on 3rd and 8 that I didn't do this. I think he's picking this thing up. 215, Lawrence ain't elite either. I happen to agree with you. I think he's a very good football player. But you know what I would say about Demarcus Lawrence? Hey, dude, what makes you better than Jadeveon Clowney again? I'm missing it. You're no better than Jadeveon Clowney in his career. You just happen to play for the Cowboys. He's a chain mover. I love that. Absolutely, Jack. He's a very cerebral thinker out there. He's brilliant. He's a smart guy, man. You can see the way, like the 155-yard passing, to me felt like 300 yards. Didn't it to you? You know, there's impact yards. Like you guys tell me Kirk Cousins throws for 350 yards. Sills, come on, man. Empty calorie stuff. Or, watch this, what Nick just said. The Justin Herbert numbers. 10,000 plus passing yards in 2.5 years or whatever, right? And you go like this. I don't know. He sure puts up a lot of yards. But when you watch Jalen Hurts' 155 on Sunday night, you know what it felt like for me? I thought he threw for 300 yards, actually. That's what it felt like, didn't it? It felt impactful. Like those are not empty calorie 155s. You feel me what I'm saying here? That's why when I said I thought he was masterful when he played. I thought he followed the game plan. He thought himself around the field. All 6 games have been completely different. Okay? Hurts threw a couple of TD passes. Just for you, Sills. Thank you. Now he's got 6. I'm in. Okay? Lawrence isn't wrong, but who's to say to someone else, hey, Jay, just an opinion. He was asked the question. Okay? Mr. International says, Jalen is growing beyond a game. No, he's not a game man. Here, you know what to me a game manager is, Mr. International? A game manager is taking a guy's game plan that you get every week, okay, and following that particular structure like a Jonathan Gannon. A plug and play. A guy like Jalen has, watch this, a Lions game, a Vikings game, a Jags game, a Commanders game, a Cardinals game, and a Cowboy game. They were all different. See, that's not a game manager. That's not to me. That's a guy who's had 6 different game plans and approaches. There's not a quarterback in the National Football League who plays like that. So all this time, I've been sitting here talking about him being elite. He's not. Jalen Hurts is the most unique quarterback in the National Football League, and there's huge value to that. What he's done, dude, when you play Patrick Mahomes, he's spreading you out, and he's trying to get Kelsey underneath. And because those wide receivers are now panning out around him, they're becoming more successful. And people are growing into the offense, not having Tyreek Hill there. You know who he is. Every week you play the Eagles, are they going to run it at us? What I thought that Jalen did, he exposed the Dallas defense. Hey, you want to get some yardage and plus yardage? If you have the fundamental tools in the offensive line, a receiver like AJ and Goddard, and the 4th leading rusher in the NFL, let's not forget that. Miles Sanders is the 4th leading rusher in the National Football League, friends. That is also a massive value to what the strength of this team and how this team has been able to move the sticks. It's pretty unique. Unique is a huge value, too. Would unique be $45 million? Maybe. Maybe. He's 6-0. And again, when you play Kirk Cousins, what's the key? Pressure him, get to him, knock him off the point. jam the receivers on the outside. Shit, all of a sudden now Justin Jefferson's back into being because what the Eagle corners did to him, the Eagle corners shut him down and made him have to reevaluate his own game again. You can't be pressed on in press coverage. He's now just starting to rebound. Okay? Unique is the word. Does unique mean elite? Well, there's only one of. That's why we can't categorize Jalen yet. You hear people like me, Shannon Sharp, others say that's not elite. Well, in the terms of elite on what you see with Mahomes and that, okay, but I'll tell you what, when you watch him play every single week like I do, and you go back and you watch the 22, he is brilliant on how he goes around the field. I'll tell you something. This is really one of the greatest compliments I think you can ever give a player. His study habits must be off the charts. His looking at film and what his attention to detail has become has made it what we're seeing now with these independent game plans for the 6 straight weeks. See, so when you sit back and like I sit there and again, sometimes I look at my takes and I say, okay, well, he's not Allen. He's not high hurdling guys. And he's not throwing a 75-yard dart like that. He's just not. Or Mahomes, the backhanded passes, the resume, which is off the charts. And again, Jalen's won 11 of 12. There's something to be said about that. But the word's unique. He's a maestro, okay? If I need to go 155, I will. If I need to go 78 yards and 15 carries, I'll do that too. He's almost like a Deebo Samuel playing quarterback. That's what he reminds me of. Somebody like that, a Swiss Army knife. He's just everywhere, but there's a value to that Swiss Army knife. Here, I'll tell you exactly. You want to make the comparison? Shohei Ohtani. Is Shohei Ohtani the best home run hitter in baseball? He's one of. Is he one of the best arms in baseball? Absolutely. How do you put a price tag on a guy who does it all? He's not the best arm, and he's not the best home run hitter. But I'll tell you what, a guy who does both, Shohei Ohtani should make the money he's going to make. That guy's Babe Ruth. You pay that guy $50, $60 million a year because he's going to win you 15 games and hit you 45 bombs. I don't know about you, but I'm paying that. To me, that guy has more value than Mike Trout. Guy win 15 ball games and hit me 45 homers. Who's more valuable to your team? Okay, I mean, right? You're not going to pay him Aaron Judge money, but you're going to go, yeah, I am. That's what you got to figure out with Jalen Hurts here. Okay? He's unique. He's a Swiss Army knife. Isaiah says something. Both the guys you compared him to are elite, though, Sills. Yeah, but you wouldn't call them the best. Okay, elite is a category, not a person. Fair enough, Isaiah. Okay, fair enough. You're right. Elite is a group. Okay? Maniac goes, Judge will get 350. He's a 30-year-old guy with not having 300 home runs. Are you going to really pay that guy that money? He's already 30. Yankees, that back end will look like Albert Pujols at the back end, and he's always hurt. I don't know. He's missed a lot of time with injuries, but he's going to get it because he's a Yankee. I get it. Sills, we're taking a test today. Hey, Hurts is a smarter Tyrod Taylor and better. Jordan Davis has the highest ET PFF grade this season and barely sees the field. 85. Stop eating donuts. Stop eating donuts. You get on the field. Hate to tell you about Jalen. I told you so. Carl, maybe I've looked at him wrong in a different category. We'll see again, because I'm going to ask the question here in a minute. Don't forget, like I said, Mike Missinelli at 4:30. I'm going to do this. By the way, today we're going to take a look at the standings. My top 10 Big Sills Power Rankings. Mike Missinelli, 4:30 Eastern Time. Let's get right to it. And we said this, that we would start asking this question in the bye. Hey, and by the way, today we're going to look at the run game, passing game, offensive coaches, defensive grade, pass rush, running game, linebackers, secondary, and we're going to look at how the team is played as we get to the bye, and we're in the bye now, actually. Okay, here's the fundamental question front office is now asking everyone in the room that has any say in this. Has Jalen won the job? Has Jalen won the job? No matter what happens the rest of the way, has he won the job as of the break and the bye? Has he won it? Xander says yes. Jay says not yet. And by the way, as of the bye, has Jalen Hurts won the job? Is he now your face of your franchise? The guy that is going to lead you for the next 7 years in the NFC East. Marina, yes. Carl, hell yes. Mitchell, yes. Paul, yes. But no contract. Well, then you have no deal and you're not sold on him. When you say yes, you're paying him. Get that through your head. You're paying him Kyler Murray money probably. You're going to pay him Kyler Murray money if you think, as of the bye, Jalen Hurts is your now franchise quarterback for the next 7 years. 5 years to 7, we'll say. Is he your quarterback for the next 5 to 7 years as of the bye? I'll give you my take in a second here. Usually I'd put mine out there first and then we'd follow up here, but I want to see what people think. As of the bye, do you believe he is your guy for the next 5 to 7 years? JM, no. 40 million, yes. I feel like they want him to be better in the passing game. I'm not giving him a new deal next year unless we're at least get to the NFC Championship. So if he does something that Garoppolo does and gets him to the NFC Championship, that's good enough for you, Brian? I like Hurts' potential better than Lamar. Okay. We'll see if he touches what Lamar's done so far. Unanimous MVP, led the NFL in passing yards, won a ton of ball games in Baltimore. I don't know. We'll see, because he's building quite a resume in Baltimore for himself as well. 79 says yes. So they should use the upcoming picks to put even more talent around him. I like it. Sills, I don't think AJ would want to be here without him. They are tied at the hip. He's better than Donovan? That's a great topic, and I'm going to write that down. And we're going to talk about that next. I love that. And Hurts. I want to know first if you think he's won the job, though. Justin Herbert played bad yesterday. You need to admit that. Yeah, I didn't think the game was terrible last night. Tell you what, he played good enough to win, though. The guy on the other side has massive problems. And it starts with that head coach of his. That guy should be fired now before he does any more damage. Why would you allow a Trojan horse into your system like that and into your hallways and just sit there because you won't pull the plug on a mistake. That's the problem with most businesses and teams and relationships. Pull the plug immediately. If you think it's not working, the quicker you get out of that and the quicker that you adjust, the better off you'll be. The people that allow a cancer or a Trojan horse to stay in their business, those are the businesses that tumble and crack and break. And those are dynasties that break like that. Get that shit out of there. That's what made, I think Belichick was brilliant at that. He made the tough cuts, getting guys out. That guy's past his time. Cut him, release him, trade him. That's what it is. Hurts deserves $35 million. You're $10 million under, man. Plus 5 in incentives, $35 million. Don't put that on the table to Clutch Sports. If we're talking the way we're talking now, that's an insult. $35 million on the table right now for Jalen Hurts, unless the entire contract is guaranteed, is an insult. Don't put 35 up there, 25, 30, 39, just to be a tool. Don't do that. It's insulting. If you think Jalen Hurts is better than Kyler Murray, you need to be in that ballpark. Anything else is insulting, especially if the kid continues to win. 11-1 over the last 12 games. Are you sold? Are you going to write a check for that as of the bye? I don't want to hear forecasting down the season and 6 more, 7 more weeks. I don't care about that. I'm asking you right now. You're going to pay him $46 million. He's the face of the franchise for the next 5 to 7 years. Knowing full well salary caps and rosters and the budget every year has to change. And if you don't have all the pieces around Jalen, he's not Josh Allen. And that's where that elite word comes back in. He's unique. Unique to me means he needs other pieces around him, which he has now. Jalen Hurts probably, if you think about it, tell me I'm wrong here. Jalen Hurts probably has the most complete offensive tools in front of him of any quarterback in the league. Basically, what he has, Xander, tell me I'm wrong. He has an Ohio State, to use a college comparison. All those quarterbacks that come out of Ohio State, this is kind of what they have. The best O-line, the best wide receivers, best tight ends, 4th leading back in the league. This guy has all the tools. And I would say this, well, look at this. Brady doesn't have a complete team. His offensive line is in shambles. Watch this. Rodgers doesn't have a complete offense. He's got no wide receiving core. The Rams and Stafford, they have no O-line. So when you start, look at Dallas. They have no quarterback right now, and they're suspect in the run game. Who has the most complete offense in the league? The Eagles, yes, Kyle, are loaded. They're loaded. So, with Jalen Hurts, he's got all of the assets around him that truly no quarterback may have. I don't know. Buffalo's, isn't it ironic? The two teams that I see going to the Super Bowl are the most complete offenses. O-line. Quite frankly, I think the Eagle run game is better than Buffalo's running game. I don't think the quarterback's better. I think the wide receiver duo is better in Philly. The tight end's better, and I think the O-line's better. And the running back's better. I mean, look, there's very few teams like Philly. Jalen Hurts has everything in front of him. There's no quarterback. Can you imagine, again, and I'm playing and I'm having fun here. You imagine Brady in that offense or any of those passers like that? Jesus. Dude, do you know how incredible it is that the Eagles can just do this? Shit, the passing game's not working. Let's get in a fist fight and win it. They win fist fights. The Eagles, you know what they do? They bully people. Passing game's not working too much. 13-play drive. Let's end this fucker. That's what they do. Let's end it. That's what they do, man. They just go, let's end this thing. 13-play drive, 6 minutes off the clock. Hey, here's the ball with some pocket change. That's great. If you're going to continue to build this team like this, you want to see, let me show you where Jalen's value is. Okay? Let me show you where Jalen's value is now. Well, how we spent all this money, right, on AJ and draft pick with Devonta, gave Goddard the money, the O-line. These guys are where all your millionaires are. You couldn't put another player really in that offense the way it's constructed right now. Unless it was Lamar Jackson or someone like that, because you know why? Brady's not going to take advantage of the run game. You can't rely too much on Miles Sanders because, hey, as great as Miles playing, let's be real. You know, everyone holds their breath every Sunday because you don't know if this guy's not going to be sitting there walking off limping, and you know this guy's going to go back to being a trend that we've seen for the last 3 years. Jalen is your running attack, and Jalen is helping Miles Sanders get paid somewhere, maybe not here. If you're going to continue to build this team, Jalen Hurts is the guy. The way you have it constructed. Because like I said, it's the most unique offense in the league, and it's the most complete. There is not a quarterback in the National Football League that does not have the assets that Jalen Hurts has. The duos are amazing. The tight end is top 5. The O-line is top 2. What else could you? Your running back is 4th in the league in rushing. What possibly more could you ask for? And how you're constructing a football team. Make Hurts play out his rookie contract, then franchise tag him twice. Mike, why would you do that and not want to build a relationship with a guy who's winning ball games for you? That's so business-y. Mike, you're right. You're not wrong. I'm not ripping it. Because they did that to Kirk Cousins in Washington. You want to treat Jalen Hurts like Kirk Cousins? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build a relationship. And by the way, what's in his back pocket too? Howie Roseman picked him. This thing could turn out to be Howie Roseman's coup de grace kind of pick. This ends it. Put a knife in it. That's right there. That is right there, my best pick. And I'm going to put that on the wall. Boom. That ground game runs through Jalen. That offense now runs through Jalen. Carl, big picture. The Eagle offense runs through Jalen. Watch this. In San Francisco, the run game doesn't run through Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo goes through the run game. He benefits from the run game. Jalen Hurts is the run game and passing game. Unique. It's unique. Three years, 120, fully guaranteed, says Jones. Now we're talking. Sills, imagine Mahomes on this offense. With more of a gifted arm, this offense would put 60 points up a game. Okay, especially in today's NFL. 8-point differential. It used to be 3.2. It's 8 points now. A lot of bad football out there. And by the way, when I hear that, There's a lot of bad football. Shit, man. Why should the Eagles go out and spend $70 million a year for a guy like Allen when they don't need to? The league in defense, it's not aimed that way any longer. You're not going to see a dominating defense like those Ravens and 85 Bears and the Gang Green guys anymore. You're just not. 85 says cap is going to be $225 million. Pay Hurts 40. Draft 2 first-round replacements for whoever we lose in free agency. How he's a cap genius? He'll figure it out. Right. Yes. Agreed. See, he's looking at the team 3 years from now. You've got to look at it this way 3 years from now. Okay, are you going to pay Devonta? Are you going to pay Devonta? Okay? So you're going to have, in your estimation, hey, Xander, can you do me a favor? Make sure you send Mike the link on his email address, please. You've got to come to the conclusion here. $45 million. Yeah. Mike Missinelli, 4:30 in hour number 2. What I would do, look, you think you're not gonna have $25 million? Are you gonna pay Devonta $25 million? I don't think he's made $25 million worth of production yet. And I'm not gonna pay him on potential. Potential means things you haven't done. It's not gonna work for me. He's got to put up better numbers. He's got to put up better numbers to be considered that guy, a $20 million a year guy. I'm not paying for Amari Cooper 2.0. And some of you would go, he's better. Well, his numbers aren't. But you have to look at more than what he does, Sills. Dude, wide receivers get paid on their production. Plain and simple. And when you look at a guy like A.J. Brown and you look at the production numbers, then you have to dissect into more what he does. He's a mismatch everywhere. And that has been true. He has been an absolute mismatch. We're going to look at all the positions on the team, too. Richie, did Sil sing for what? I picked the Eagles to beat the Cowboys. Not paying for numbers, I'm paying for results. Kind of hand in hand, but I know your point, M. Reyes. Please call me a jackwagon, Sills. And shut up, man. Seals, how much you think Jefferson is getting? I think Jefferson's going to be another 25er. He's going to be in the 25 and up club. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? He's going to, dude, last 3 weeks, actually, he's really played well. Marcus, Josh Allen has thrown 50 interceptions since he's been in the league, but Hurts doesn't turn the ball over. It is totally why he's 12. In the last 12 games, he's 11-1. Completely true. You see there? Look, again, that's elite. He's an elite quarterback. But you play high percentage plays when you're an elite guy like that. You throw the ball down the field. The Eagles play Brady ball. Can I say this? The Eagles play Brady ball. That's what it be dubbed. They don't play high percentage plays. Third down, they'd rather have the ball in Jalen's hands than him throwing a 3rd and 12 pass across the middle, which is a high turnover play. Instead, you've got a unique quarterback who breaks that down on 3rd down, and it limits you from fumbling, and it limits you from turnovers. You know what's really been amazing and what people don't look at with the Eagle offense here, and what you have to take into account, they don't really make a lot of spectacular plays, but they never make shitty plays. There's very few shitty plays. Think about it. They make no mistakes. They may not get a touchdown. They may have to get field goals. 2 turnovers all year in 6 games, that is so impressive for a 6-0 team. They don't turn the ball over for a reason. You know why? They don't chuck the ball down the field plus 25. They do not play high percentage turnover plays. Okay? They do not. That is not who they are. And it's great to see. That's how you play winning football. That's how you play winning football. He's been lucky. I don't think luck plays into it. I think they take luck out of it, JM. I think they take the luck out of it. Hey, 3rd and 12. Jalen's more likely to throw to Goddard or take off himself or slant pattern from AJ. That thing's not going to go plus 25. Why? When I can run you over. Why? To me, if Howie's the GM at Philly, he shouldn't draft wide receivers. Grab the free agent wideouts. A.J. Brown will go down as the best wide receiver in Philly if he stays healthy. Let's see what those passing numbers are going to look like at the end. So far, there's not a lot of passing receptions for touchdowns. Let's see how that looks. 6 games, it's way early. Shit, AJ could have 3 touchdown catches and everything's back to center again. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they look like at the end of the year. Hey, Sills, do you think they need to take more shots down? No. Johnald, no. I do not think they need to do that. Why? They're winning. They're 6-0. Why would I play high percentage turnover football? No risk it, no biscuit? That's not what I want. When I have a quarterback like Hurts, who's dead, what's Jalen deadly at? What's the most deadly play he has? That 3rd down, getting outside and breaking the perimeter down and breaking the edges down and getting outside shoulder on him. Dude, it kills coordinators. And you know what else it does? It takes the air out of defenses. Just when you think you got the dude pinned back there and you got him bottled up 3rd and 12, he takes off, and it's a low percentage play. And get this. So what? He doesn't get it. You're patient. You punt it. You win field position with your defense. You're on the other side of the 50. You're kicking field goals in 3 series, and you're winning a ball game. That's how they play it. You know why you know how many teams can't do that? Almost every team in the league except the Eagles. And the Bills. It's smart football. Dude, it's not the most touchdown passes you throw. Jesus, man, what was the year that Jameis Winston had 30 touchdown passes? He had 30 picks. They were 7-9. If Jameis Winston had like 10 less turnovers, they may have went to the Super Bowl. He threw for 5,000 yards that year. The turnovers kill you. Seals, do you think the Eagles could take the Bills with the run game? I think that quarterback up there is just too much. Okay, I do. I think that quarterback, I tell you, man, that is going to be, if they make it all the way, that too would be a completely different contrasting styles of how you win games. And I think it would make for a great Super Bowl. Because it would be completely different than what we've seen in a long time. Okay? Shit, my question would be this. You think the Bills could stop the Eagle offense? I don't know. I feel more comfortable about the Eagle defense, actually, because of those corners putting the brakes on the passing game with Josh Allen. But that dude's also a force in the perimeter. He's also an elite runner. There's no question. The thing that has made the Eagles good on defense hasn't been, if you take the Washington game away, they really don't have a lot of total when it comes to sacks this year. They're almost on the same pace for a year ago. But what's been different? That cornerback play. Really, if you take the stats of the Washington game out, guys, they really don't have a lot of hits on the quarterback. There's not a lot of hits. The Washington game can't be where you got all your statistics in. Then you call yourself a top 10 defense. You're not an elite pass rushing front four right now. You take, like I said, you take the Washington game away, you're not elite. What are you on pace for? 34 sacks? What'd you have last year? 29? I don't know. You spent all that money? Right? I mean, you got $15 million or $10 million in Reddick. Your two tackles you got $40 million in your front four. You need more sacks. The secondary's holding up their end. Dude, I'm telling you, the best cornerback play going on as we're in the break right now, we're in the bye, is in Philly. Okay? It's in Philly. The cornerback play is outstanding. Umbrado Sills, despite being 6-0 and having an elite offense, don't you think we could still be better? I don't think you played a complete ball game yet. No, I agree. Okay? Still, someone is coming here at the deadline. What would you give up for Robert Quinn in Chicago and put him on the other side of Hassan Reddick? I don't know. I mean, what would the Bears take? I'm not giving up. As far as I know, I think that Robert Quinn is how old? 35, something like that. I'm not giving a top 3 pickup for that guy. No way. Dude, maybe a 4th or 5th, maybe. And I think the Bears are nuts if they think someone's going to surrender a first-round pick or a 2nd or 3rd for Robert Quinn at his age. They're not. They don't need any help in the wideout, maybe some depth at tight end. Edge rusher would, watch this. I know all of you loved Hassan Reddick, but they need more. They need more. You're not on pace for a good sack number this year. You guys tell me on Jalen and all these guys, I don't care. They need more people getting to the quarterback. And it is not a Hassan Reddick topic. This is a unit. We're going to talk about this here in a minute. We're going to look at the offense. We're going to look at every angle of the team. Mike Missinelli will join us at 4:30 Eastern time. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to start on the offensive side of the football. And we're going to take a look at what's making this thing work. And maybe the November 1st trading deadline, could there be something that could be added with somebody out there? Is there a deficiency? I hear the special teams all the time. Howie will probably address something like that. But stop with the Deshaun Jackson stuff. That's not needed right now. You don't need that. You know why he left the LA Rams and why he's not on like the Raiders and such? He doesn't want to get hit anymore. He wants to rob a bank. Deshaun Jackson does not want to get hit anymore. He wants to rob a bank. Put that into the back of your head and keep it there. Remember that. When you get up in age, some of these guys want to rob a bank, notably an NFL football team. And that's what Deshaun Jackson's trying to do now. He's trying to create a market for himself. He's got nothing left. I don't care if he runs 4.3s. He doesn't want to get hit. And when you're a special teams guy, that's all you get is hit. Let's take a time out here. Do me a favor. Please hit the like button. And our good friends at Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free, meaning this, if you guys are hurt or injured on the job, there's only one place for you to go. That is our good friends at Morgan & Morgan. We will always tell you this for the past 30 years. They've collected over $13.5 billion for their clients. This law firm is not just built around a slogan for the people. That's who they are. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation's free. 800 512-1600 and tell them Big Sil sent you.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.